Hello and welcome to all TVBox users, my subscribers, and TVBox hardware enthusiasts. On today's video, I have the review of one of the best Android TV boxes for 2018. This box is the Sunvell T95Q Amlogic S905X2 Android 8.1 4K TV box. This is another box running on the new S905X2 CPU and the MAli G31 GPU, coming from the manufacturers of Sunvell, a brand well known in the industry for delivering some of the best TV boxes. And in this review, we will see if it has anything different than the others, so stay tuned, that's coming up next. Welcome back. So this is the box it comes in. It's quite a durable box, which means that your order is well protected during shipping. To the top here you have some specifications. It says that it's a 64-bit CPU. It has HEVC decoding, which is the same as H265. It's a quad-core CPU, and it has 4K UHD video playback. So without further ado, I'll do a quick unboxing. In the box, you get the usual stuff when buying a TV box. You have the TV box itself. You get an infrared remote. I highly recommend you get an additional remote if you prefer using an air mouse to navigate TV boxes. You get one HDMI cable, a 5 volts 2 amps DC power adapter, and a user's manual. Let's take a look at its design and what ports we get on this box. The housing is made of plastic, with the logo printed to the top. The box is circular, so there's no front and sides like most TV boxes. So you get one HDMI port, 2 USB ports, one of which is a USB 3.0, and the other is a USB 2.0. You get one optical audio port, one RJ45 Ethernet LAN port, one audio-video port, a microSD card reader, and your DC power input. Around the entire rim of the box you have a multicolor LED power light. And to the bottom, you have some ventilation holes. So I'll now connect it to my TV and continue with the rest of the review. So I'm back, and the box is connected. And as I start up the box, you have this colorful Splashpaint 3D boot up animation for a couple of seconds. Then you're taken to the launcher. So this is the launcher. And if there's one thing to know about Sunvell boxes, it's this launcher. They normally install this launcher and it's like a trademark where you can tell it's one of theirs. If I head over to the settings area, here you can see that the box is running on Android 8.1 operating system, and it doesn't have any Netflix ESN code, which means that Netflix will show up to 720p quality on this box. Back to the launcher. The launcher comes with large main buttons that cannot be changed, and you have a one-click memory cleanup button for freeing up system resources. The launcher comes with a shortcuts bar for adding shortcuts by simply clicking on the Add button, and then selecting or deselecting apps you would like to add or remove. The launcher doesn't come with a navigation bar or status bar for multitasking, something that comes in quite handy when navigating TV boxes with air mouse and touchpad keyboards. In the apps section, they have included apps like AirPin Pro, which is used for mirroring iOS devices. You get Aptoide TV, which I believe is the wrong Aptoide for this box. You get Chrome Browser, KD Player, which is a custom Kodi build. You have Netflix, Google Play Store, and YouTube, which is the Android TV version. So I will install some apps of my own that I usually install in my reviews, and continue with the rest of this review. So I've installed all my apps, and I'll first check to see if the box is rooted. It shows that the box is rooted, running on Android 8.1 Oreo operating system. So what's the relevance of having this feature? Well, there are special apps on the Google Play Store that require root access to work. These apps are like mirroring apps and key mapping apps that come in handy for users who use TV boxes for other things than just streaming. However, you don't need root access for streaming movies and TV shows. I'll now show its DRM information. DRM stands for Digital Rights Management, and in any Android device, it sort of governs or grants the authority to stream premium services like Netflix and Amazon Prime movies in HD and 4K quality, and it also prevents piracy. Without the required DRM support, the device will still be able to run these services, but it will be limited to standard quality, which is either 480p or 720p resolution. The Sunvell T95Q only has Google Widevine Level 3 and no HDCP encryption. This means that Netflix will only show up to standard 720p resolution on this box. But there's a catch. In order for Netflix to show in HD and 4K, it requires Google Widevine Level 1 and HDCP protection, and that requires the box not to be rooted. So you cannot have it both ways. Let's look at its system and hardware information. The manufacturer of this box is Amlogic, and the model just says TV box. It comes with 4 GB of RAM, which is DDR4 memory, and this is the remainder of the storage after the Android installation and all the apps I have installed. The Bluetooth version here is 4+, which indicates that the Bluetooth version is 4.1 on this box. The CPU is a 64-bit Cortex-A53 quad-core CPU running up to 1.8 GHz in 32-bit mode. Below here it shows that the box has support for only 32-bit ABIs, allowing it to run only 32-bit applications. The GPU is the single-core MAli G31 graphics processor with a refresh rate of 60 Hz and OpenGLES version 3.2. This is great news, because it means that this box will do great at playing games and 4K videos of all formats. Under Network, it shows that the box has dual-band 2.4 and 5.8 GHz Wi-Fi support. Under Android information, it shows that the operating system is Android 8.1 Oreo, and it also shows that the box is rooted. Under thermal information, it shows that the box runs between 45 to 50 degrees Celsius under normal room temperature, and this can rise up to 70 degrees under heavy activity. Applying a passive cooling fan like the Evercool RCO2 will maintain its current temperature between 40 and 55 degrees. A link to this device can be found in the description area. The box comes with codecs for playing 4K videos like HEVC and VP9 decoding, and a couple of others all needed for the playback of 4K media. And that's it for system and hardware information, and now let's see what we can do on this box. I will now launch a Netflix movie and take a look at its description to see what's the resolution we can get. There is no HD symbol or movie certification rating in this description, which means that Netflix shows up to standard 720p quality on this box. Now I will run a YouTube video sample. This box comes with the YouTube Android TV version, so let's see if it runs in 4K quality. YouTube runs in 4K quality on this box, so that's some good news right there. I will now run some 4K video samples directly off of my USB 3.0 flash drive, and I'm using the 3.0 port on the box for maximum data read speed. In similar fashion to all the new S905X2 boxes, most of the 4K samples ran really well, with 2 of the samples playing with some issues. Given that this box has Dolby Digital audio capability, and with the CPU running at 1.8 GHz, all these samples should have played flawlessly. I guess it has to do with the compatibility of the codecs in the firmware, and the new chipset used in these boxes. I will now run a couple of games to test the new MAli G31 GPU performance on this box.
Forgettable would be another. Let's hope for better.
Well, here's the chance, and they managed to score here. Here he is with a chance. Oh, that's a very good goal.
Nothing to report.
मंदिर है तिरपाल लगा तिरपाल मोटू मंदिर राधा मंदिर
The performance of this new G31 GPU is quite outstanding, as seen in my previous videos, and we still haven't seen it perform in a 64-bit environment. I will now show the results of the various benchmarks. First, I have the results of the RAM and internal storage read and write speeds. The T95Q has a RAM copy speed of 3,518 megabytes per second. The internal storage has a read speed of 153 megabytes per second and a write speed of 104. These scores are just about the same when compared to the X96 Max in my earlier video. And now the results of the Wi-Fi speed test. The results show that the Sunvell T95Q has very good Wi-Fi and LAN connection. It hit the maximum speed of my internet package of 40 megabytes on both Wi-Fi bands, and on the Ethernet LAN connection with every try. I now show the results of the Antutu benchmark. The box got a score of 55,561. This score is a bit lower than the score on the X96 Max TV box. In the Geekbench 4 CPU benchmark, the box got a score of 688 single-core and 1990 multi-core. Again, the score here being slightly lower than that on the X96 Max. And for the final results, I have the score of the Ice Storm Extreme and the Sling Shot GPU test. The Ice Storm Extreme test is for economy Android devices with OpenGL-ES 2.0 and lower, and the Sling Shot test is for premium devices with OpenGL-ES 3.0 and above. In the Ice Storm Extreme test, the box got a score of 4,791, and in the Sling Shot test it got a score of 484. These scores are great, but it fell slightly lower than the X96 Max TV box. So in summary, the Sunvell T95Q is one of the best Android TV boxes for 2018. It runs on the latest Amlogic hardware, on a full-rooted version of Android 8.1 Oreo operating system. The benchmark scores are good. It has very good Wi-Fi and LAN speed connection. It has Bluetooth 4.1. It can run Netflix in standard quality and stream free movies from various sources. It has 64 GB of internal storage for installing lots of apps and games. It has digital surround sound. It comes with a USB 3.0 port. It can play 4K videos. YouTube plays in 4K quality, and it is very good at Android games. On the downside, the launcher doesn't have a navigation bar. I couldn't get my key mapping app to work, and it comes with an infrared remote. Well viewers, there you have it. This was a review of the Sunvell T95Q Android 4K TV box. If you are interested in this box, links were placed in the description area directly below this video and on my website where you can get it at the lowest price online. Thanks for watching my video. If you like to help grow my channel, be sure to share it on social media platforms, and to be notified when the next great TV box review is released, hit the subscribe button and the little notifications bell for more TV box stop videos.